Happy Tuesday, guys. How are you? Welcome into another episode of the Daily Juice Podcast with me, Matt Perrault, at Sports Talk Matt on Twitter to follow me. BetMGM, the title sponsor of this podcast. You guys got the offer above me on the YouTube video, $10 to win $150. Any event, free offer, Juice $150 at sign up for that with BetMGM. Okay, so another 1-in-1 day. Look, on my 45th birthday, did you think that North Carolina wasn't going to cover 4.5? Come on. The universe wasn't going to let me down. Buffalo Wild Wings or Vegas or an alien or somebody calls in that sideline violation. What a weird sideline that is. How odd is it to have a line and then space and then the actual solid color? It's a mind trick. It's an eye game. I don't blame the kid from Kansas for stepping on the end line, but I'm thankful he did. That three-point shot goes up, does not go for North Carolina. The under does not hit, however, but the plus 4.5 does. So that's good. We go 1-in-1 on the day. I had a couple of hockey bets that I split, so I basically wound up going, I hit one player prop. And what else did I hit? Actually, I had a 3-and-3 day. Yeah, so I basically was down the juice overall, 1-and-1 officially, but a small losing day for the Daily Juice. Not great, but congratulations to Kansas. You won the championship. You didn't cover. So, I don't know why the KU fans are talking at me. You didn't cover. You won, but that was great. I didn't say North Carolina money line. I said North Carolina plus 4.5. So North Carolina covers. And you guys win. Congratulations. If you had a long shot future on KU to win it all, incredible. Back-to-back Big 12 championships for Baylor and Kansas. Really impressive for the conference. Big for Big 12 bragging rights. Bill Self gets his second championship. North Carolina blows the biggest lead ever. Biggest collapse ever. If you're a Duke fan, little redemption, right? Little payback. They knock you out. They blow the biggest lead ever. If you bet that at halftime, congratulations. I didn't have the balls to do it. I just sit there and said, okay, I'm taking my run here. I'm not going to get involved live. I should have, but I just thought, okay, what happens if Carolina continues to pour it on? And what happens if the shooting regression continues? But finally, and you know what's crazy? People make fun of Charles Barkley all the time, and they say he is an idiot and shouldn't be doing college basketball. He was 100% right when he said that Kansas, their game plan in the first half was horrible. Going inside to McCormick was a dumb idea. They're a running basketball team. What did they do in the second half? They ran. They did it to Miami. They did it to everyone, Nova in both halves, and then they did it tonight. And turned out to be the key. Going faster and making North Carolina speed up. And then, the Baycott injury, Love didn't look good. Puff was puking in the game. Carolina just kind of ran out of gas. And look, you got to credit KU, right, for making them run out of gas. But we get the plus 4.5. So happy with that. We'll take that. All right, we head into a Tuesday. I got 2 NBA plays to give you guys coming up here today. It's going to be kind of a lighter day as we normally do. We're going to recap or recover, if you will, and then we get going for the Masters. And we'll have a lot of stuff on tomorrow's podcast for the Masters on Wednesday. We'll see if we can tap into the same mind we tapped into last time, and a guy who now I'm working with from my other job. So we'll let him give us some ideas, and we'll trail. I always give people credit when we trail. I said, hey, you put me on something, I'll take a look at it. Tiger Woods to miss the cut, not a bad bet. Okay. Tiger's best round to be the first round, not a bad bet. And Tiger Woods potentially to go under 76 in the first round. Maybe not a bad bet, but we'll wait and see if Tiger's going to play officially. I think he's in, but the Masters coming up this week. We'll have a lot of cool things to look at and watch and break down coming up. So stay tuned for all of that coming up here tomorrow and this week here on the Daily Juice podcast. All right, let's get to the Milwaukee Bucks and the Chicago Bulls. If you're a Daily Juice listener, you already know what I'm betting. Under 228.5. I still can't figure out why these numbers aren't higher. Against the division, this is like, when you stop and look at some of these numbers, you're like, wait a minute, how are the books still putting up like 228? How is this happening? How is this consistently being done? Because it doesn't make any sense to me at 228. I understand you can't make it too crazy, but I mean, you look at the divisions and you look at where these teams are at the moment. Milwaukee against Chicago. When the Bucks are playing against the division, they are 10-3 to the under. Chicago is 12-2-1 to the under when they play against the division. Against the conference, they are 29-19 to the under. Chicago is 28-20-1 to the under. These numbers are ridiculous. The books just are being stubborn. They keep on putting up to 28.5, these big numbers, okay? Let's go through so far when these teams have played this season. The numbers are pretty wild. Back on the 21st, was that the first game they played on the year? Yeah, first time they played this season, Milwaukee up against Chicago. Just double checking on this. First game was 121, January 21st, 227. 94-90, went under by 43 points. Second meeting between these two teams, 240.5, went under by 10.5 points. Third meeting between these teams, 234.5, went under again by 10.5 points. Here we are again with another game between Chicago and Milwaukee. We're going under 228.5. Under is 3-0 so far. We're going to go and have it be a 4-0 mark, hopefully. Under, and Chicago at home, by the way, is actually to the over. They're 20-17-1 to the over, so they've played a little bit faster over at home. But 2-3 over the last 5, 4-6 over the last 10 to the over, and Milwaukee is 19-19 to 500 on the road. Under 228.5. Half a unit, Milwaukee, Chicago, under 228.5. And the other game, we're going to ride the streaks as well. Memphis at Utah. Oh, by the way, there's nothing out yet for the Laker game. Fade the Lakers. May be official, but I will definitely fade the Lakers coming up here today. But we got to wait and see what the line. Lakers are at Phoenix, okay? They have lost 6 games in a row, 7 of 8. They are pretty much dead. If they lose one more game, they're out. Phoenix can end the Lakers season tonight, okay? Line's probably going to be like 12, 13. If it's single digits, I'll make it official. Phoenix -9, I'll make it official. But if it's 12, 13, I don't know. Probably won't. I'll probably bet it. Probably won't make it official. Just heads up on that. But bet number 2, Memphis at Utah. Spread's 5. Memphis is catching 5 points. Memphis has been outstanding without Ja Morant. 20-2 now straight up without Ja, or 23 now without Ja. 51-27 ATS. They have the second seed clinched. I totally understand you're going to go, Matt, they have the second seed clinched. What are they playing for? Well, you know what? Their G League team guys are pretty damn good, and they play hard. The Utah Jazz are a mess. They are 31-45-2 ATS on this season, but they haven't covered in 7 consecutive games. They're 0-5 over the last 5. They're 3-7 over the last 10. And at home, they're 16-21-1. On the flip side, Memphis on the road is 25-14, 7-3 over their last 10 ATS. Against the West, they're 32-17. I'm just betting the streak here, okay? This team has now won 7 consecutive games. They've covered in, as I said, that's 6 of 7, okay? Didn't cover against San Antonio on the road, laying 5 the last time they were on the road, but they were favorites against San Antonio. They won by 1. This time they were a dog. I mean, Golden State -2.5, lost by 4. 13.5 against the Lakers, won by 13. -2.5 against the Clippers for Utah, lost by 6. +4 against Dallas, lost by 14. -4 against Charlotte, lost by 6. +5 against Boston, lost by 28. -2 against Brooklyn, lost by 8. Jazz are a mess. Give me 5 points. Memphis, +5 here with the 2 seed wrapped up or not. More important for Utah, don't care. Utah may win the game, but nah, man, I'm taking the points. Memphis, +5. Don't care if they rest their whole starting 5. Don't care who's playing. Memphis plays hard. They're a tough team to figure out, a tough team to fade. I'm not doing it. Memphis +5 for a half a unit. Okay, so player props, maybe. If I can find a couple that I like, I'll jump in with player props here on Tuesday. Most likely, we're going to have a Laker bet, depending on what the number is, for the Lakers at the Phoenix Suns. So stay tuned for that, potentially for an ad, maybe a full unit to be added. Discord channel, bettingpros.com/chat to get into it, or the link is underneath me here on YouTube in order to get in to our Discord channel. All right, congrats to Kansas. Fun game, back and forth battle. 1-1 night. Let's have another. Let's go 2-0 tonight. How about that? Okay, 2 NBA plays. We're going under 228.5. Bulls, Bucks. And we're going +5 for Memphis on the road, taking on the Utah Jazz. My name is Matt Perrault. Follow me on Twitter at SportsTalkMatt. Each and every morning, it's the Daily Juice Podcast. Always being brought to you by BetMGM.